to the other topic, Davido is on show Big Lala. Um, the five, the five Alive tour is on. And a lot of people have been talking about Davido getting the crowd all hyped up and all of that. Now, I saw a video of Davido in Belgium, you know, entertaining the fans, and one of the best clips that I saw was the one where the fans went haywire, and he even put it as caption, biggest song in the world and all of that. Now, that is one out of 17 tracks, a lot of other amazing tracks on that particular record. But people are starting to begin an agenda saying, this guy's just got one song out of 17 tracks. What song is he going to perform on the tour? He's got 3, 4 albums in the past and 4 albums in the past. So he has a right to perform a couple of songs on that song on that I am on the albums differently.
Yeah.
Now, what should Davido do as regards the set list of songs on this tour? How does he avoid all the agenda of you have only one song out of 17? What focus songs should we have on this tour from the 5 albums?
Okay. So, you know what? Sometimes I try to not pay too much attention to what these other fan bases say, because everybody just wants to run agenda.
Yeah.
I think usually when people go on tour, even Burna Boy, while he's going on tour with no sign of weakness, even Wiz, if he decides to go on the Mobile tour again,
Yeah.
they would only pick a handful, 3, max 4 songs, and include in their set list, right? And they will pick the songs that at least people know
Yes.
they could perform. Now, don't forget that before that 5 album was released, there were already singles that been released. There was Awuke, there's Fun.
Yeah.
And those are jams that is promoted to a certain extent that he knows that the people who will come for a Davido show would know those songs.
Yes.
And they count as being part of the 5 Alive tour. Right?
Yes.
So I don't think there's anything, but the only problem, like we always notice with Davido, is he's wastes too much time on a single before he starts pushing the next. And we saw that when he started pushing the one with Victoria Monet,
Offer Me.
and that's again look like the wrongest of decisions, because the time he spent trying to promote that, putting all the effort on that, it could have been on With You or any other song. Right? Fortunately for him, With You picked up naturally, and that's the good thing about music. If it's sweet and people like him, they like him. You don't even need problem.
That was the last song on that album, by the way.
Yeah, it was the last song on there, and song picked up by itself. They saw it that it picked up, and they started putting more effort, short videos, promote, and not surprisingly, that it is now the song of the album, song that is driving the album. Is that a good thing? It's not necessarily a good thing, because other songs on the album, which may be good, are suffering. But that's not. It's not a fault of. That's the fault of Davido himself. Even though while I know they've tried their best, right, to push about 10 kilo, because I think that is a personal favorite for him. Yeah. So those things that they've tried to do, right, it hasn't worked out as they wanted it to work out. But the natural one, which is With You, actually blown up, and I like that's good for them. Does it mean the album is a failure at this very moment? I wouldn't say entirely no, but I'm looking to see what they move on to next after the With You buzz has died. But knowing Davido and knowing his team, they would milk this for the next couple of months, which will eventually be sort of a bad decision. That's what they did with Unavailable.
Yeah.
They will milk and forget everything else. By the time they go into the other songs, nothing is popping. Do you get? Nothing is popping again. It's just a dilemma. That's how it is. That's what happens. I think it's a usual feature of Davido and his albums.
So would you have expected that they use this tour to introduce fans to the other songs on the album?
They like I said, apart from With You, I'm pretty sure songs like Fonts are part of the set. Songs like about 10 Kilo, I think he will perform that anyway. And again, Davido has been in the game over 10 years. He's got a wonderful repertoire of music.
Yes.
Hit records. Exactly. So he's not going to be lacking. There's no way that people would expect that majority of the songs on this new album will be part of the set list of what he's getting. Nah, it's not going to work. You know that those songs are not strong independently. There are songs that Davido from time, he knows that if he drops it like this, he gets a crowd response and all. And he knows how he's going to go about it. So it's just a nonsense expectation to expect him to have majority of the songs or even half of the songs on the new album while on tour as part of the set. I don't think it's going to work out.
I think the tour starts at July 5, and there's been a lot of people getting tickets, expecting the sold out show and all of that. And as per the tour, it's surprising that a lot of people are not talking about sold out this time around. And I think the mentality of sold out should die a natural death.
I think it's because the new locations they're not familiar locations.
Ah, right.
They're not familiar locations, really. I think when it gets to that North American one, because that will eventually be published.
Yes.
That's when they will not start their agenda again.
But to be honest, this 5 Alive tour should be about good music. Davido bringing his guys on tour, Odumodu Black, Victony, and Morave alongside himself, and enjoying good music. Giving the fans what they deserve, and not talking about whether they are 10 or 20 or 1,000 at the venue. Unfortunately, we are going to have agenda go again with all the sold out and not selling out and everything. But yeah, songs that you expect from the album that Davido should prioritize for this tour. What are they?
I know Funds. I know
those are popular songs. There's Funds. There's
With You.
Be There Still.
We'll Be There Still.
Anyway, I want in there, make you call me. I will be there still.
I'm not really much of a fan.
Yeah.
There's this song with Shense. It's an
450.
Yeah, 450. Yeah, one with 450. It's an underappreciated record. And I think it's actually a good record. There's a lot of sleeper songs on that album.
On this.
People are not. I think again they are too fixated on this With You record, and all efforts are just going in there. I think.
But if a song is that big, don't you think you should focus on your strength and you leave your weaknesses?
No, not saying don't do that. Do that, but you have to introduce. You have to light up fire in some places.
Yeah.
We know that With You is gone. Naturally, it's gone.
Yeah.
Even though you promote, it's for added benefits.
Yeah.
But you need to start adding natural fires to some other records on that album. And I think they did not think right. I don't know what the problem is. And I think this is a strategy I think they did in the past and other artists do. While songs are picking up and people are promoting this, in the end, they're activating other influencers or music guys to talk about this record.
Don't you think there's going to be like a clash or something?
No, it's not. It's going to be a clash. It's just subtle.
Yeah.
It's a subtle promotion.
Yeah.
Like you want something else to go viral, or saying something else is going viral. Activate a couple of people to run those things, right?
Right.
Let's see how it picks up.
Right.
What other song has potential on this album? Let's activate it there. One of that, I think they tried to do this with but 10 Kilo, right? But that didn't work out. That was a bit of more artificial.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that one. But again, you can ignite some fire in some of those records, in some of those other records. I just feel it might be just too late when they decide to start doing these things. Because again, it's like over 2 months now.
Yeah.
You need to start seeing other songs pick up, and that's why you see that the album, when it comes to charts and everything,
it's With You.
One song is not enough to push the album. You have to have an equal, not even equal. You have to have efforts. You have to have other songs pulling their weight.
Maybe the reason why we've seen a couple of albums coming to topple it on a couple of.
And you know why? Because for albums, especially on Apple Music, you don't look at the total number of streams to decide what's the top 10 albums for that day. They don't look at that. Right? There's other metrics they use, the percentage of how many songs reaching this mark in terms of stream. They use that to decide. It's part of the algorithm to decide top albums.
It's funny though, because there are a lot of good songs, but people are not talking about them. Like they literally are not even tweeting about. Like you can't see people say, "Oh, I'm listening to Titanium," or "I'm listening to what's the name, Lover Boy or something Lover Boy."
Yeah.
With the Seyi person, like a lot of songs on there, but it's just not. They're not listening to
because all the focus has gone to with you. Even Omah Lay, when I see Omah Lay speak about the song, I think he's even more glad for this record because I just noticed it. He's more glad when he talks about the song with you. Because everyone knows he was the original creator of the song. Before he turned and had made it a collaboration with yeah. So again, I don't know what they go from here, but it's just getting too late. And it's ultimately people will use this to judge the album, which is unfair, but the game is the game. If your album keeps dropping,
Jedi are not fan.
Jedi are not fan. Then collect the agenda. They're not gonna let them rest. Full fan bases will collect it. They will set that agenda.
Definitely. Anyways, we can't wait for Davido to start off the 5 Alive tour, and I will wish him all the very best on this tour. And on that note, guys, we will be ending.
I thought we got some.
Well, I don't think we've got any more for now. I think we've got a couple of stuff that we're going to discuss in another episode. But on this episode, please follow us on social media at Gusto TV Africa. Listen to the full episode on Spotify as well. Please do not forget to support as much as possible. Also, please comment on everything we've discussed so far. The VDM, Sam Larry, Zlatan, Mobad, Naira Marley. There's Ashake and Michelle Lamy, as well as Davido the 5 Alive tour, and the focus of one song. What exactly are the implications and how does this translate to ticket sales and, of course, the charts and fans getting the value for their money on the 5 Alive tour? Kubam Sasukwo is the director. Maybe something is going to change this time around, but we wish Davido all the very best. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us, and we'll see you on the other side of this. Stay safe and God bless.